As far as the debate's concerned, Twitter had an amazing night. I wonder what it's been like for you watching the ups and downs, selling, not selling from afar.
I mean, it's always been a thing. I mean, since 2008 or 9, everyone's always made offers, and we've always declined. And you know, the first famous one was the Facebook offer, which was based on a joke, essentially. I'll tell you the whole story some other time. It was really funny, but.
I know the story. Mark Zuckerberg made an offer.
Yeah,
You guys
I made up a number that was
long.
way too big for anyone to accept, and then he said okay, and I was like, whoa, I thought we'd get out of it.
Well, you did.
So the question is, you know, what's it like for me, ups and downs? I don't follow the small ups and downs. Like, I don't look at the stock on a quarterly basis. I think great leadership thinks in terms of decades, not quarters. And so I'm just waiting this out. Jack is, in the grand scheme of things, Jack has just gotten the job, basically. And people are like, he's already had it for a year. A year, that's nothing. Like, that's 1/4 of how long we go to high school. So
how do you think he's doing so far?
I think he's doing great.
Why?
I mean, the first thing he did was he just reset everyone, expectations. Nope, this is what the truth is. And that he didn't care what happened. He said, this is the truth, now we're resetting. And then he set about doing what he always does, which is thinking long term, making moves, as he said to me, like, I gotta make a lot of moves. And that translates to me into, you know, putting certain projects on trajectories and putting the right people in the right places. That may take a while. And then once it's all set up, you execute and things go really well. Or they don't, and you like redo that idea.
You said the last time we talked, which was about 6 months ago now, that Wall Street thinks in quarters, Jack thinks in decades. Do you think Wall Street will give him that much time?
No.
And why doesn't Wall Street get
Wall Street doesn't.
what you see?
Wall Street won't give him that much time.
So then what?
Well, I'm actually not a financial guy. I don't really exactly know, like, then what? I mean, what do they do? Like, give up? I mean, I don't know. But I think they will. Twitter is like basically something we can't uninvent anymore, and it's part of the news. It breaks the news. It is the news. The news itself loves Twitter, and it's changed democracy, politics, news, everything, and it's not going away. The world needs Twitter, and it's here to stay. So you can't give up on that. It's stuck here forever.
So I know you're still close to Ev, you're still close to Jack.
Yeah.
What do you know about a potential sale? What do you know about what the board wants and what Jack wants?
I know nothing, because when Jack and I have lunch every Wednesday, and Ev and I's kids play together and stuff, but we stopped talking shop a long time ago. Occasionally, Jack will run something by me for my opinion, just like he'll run it by a lot of other people, I'm sure, and I run stuff by him all the time. But I'm on the board of Medium with Ev, and I never think to ask him about. I always forget he's on the board of Twitter. I just, you know, I feel like that chapter is over for him.
So what do you think will happen? How do you see this playing out?
What playing out?
How do you see it? Sale or no sale? Independent or not independent?
Independent. I mean, I don't even know if this whole thing was even a thing. I mean, Twitter never said it was for sale. And so I assumed that since they didn't say they were for sale, that they weren't. And somebody recently asked me, like, can Twitter be an independent company? And I was like, of course. What are you, crazy? Like,
right.
You know, I mean, it has like 300 million, it has hundreds of millions of people that use it every day. And it has billions, multiple tens of billions of views every day. I mean, compare that to, you know, a TV network, and it's just like crazy.
Chris Sacca, who I know you know, I recently spoke to him last week. He said, Twitter is an incredible story of underachievement and potential never realized. And he said he's hoping for a sale. How do you react to those comments?
Oh, I'm not hoping for the same thing, and I don't. And I think you can't say never. I mean, there's still many, many years ahead of Twitter as an independent company, and there's still much time to adapt and improve and move with the times. I mean, the core of Twitter is live, breaking, go there first, and historically, the people who get the information first win. If you're in finance, if you're diagnosing a medical problem, whatever it is, across any field, you get the information first, you win. And that's just a sort of a basic elemental thing, which I'm thinking of Twitter as these days. So Twitter can easily survive as an independent company.
What do you think of the new live strategy? And by the way, I'm personally very excited that Bloomberg Tech, this show, will start streaming live on Twitter tomorrow. So you've got Bloomberg television shows, you've got the debates, you've got the NFL games.
I think it's fantastic.
Do you think, though, that this live streaming strategy could crack the nut? Could be the future of Twitter, could save Twitter?
You know, Steven Johnson wrote a book called Where Good Ideas Come From, and he wrote about something he calls the slow hunch. Twitter has always been at its best during live shared moments. I mean, even back early in the days of when Macworld would come to town, Twitter would 10x the traffic. When the plane landed in the Hudson, like everyone came together, Twitter went crazy. Anytime that people are sharing an event live at the same time, Twitter blows up. And so focusing on this, looking at the brightest spot of Twitter and then unpacking that and going for it is a fantastic strategy.
Now, Chris Sacca, who used to be the biggest shareholder in Twitter, told me he has sold shares, but not enough because he's an idiot. You still have shares. What do you plan to do?
I'm not sure if he was the biggest shareholder.
The biggest outside shareholder.
I think it was like somebody else's money. But anyway, what was the question again?
What are you doing with your shares? You still?
Oh, I'm holding on to them. I'm definitely keeping my shares. Like I said, decades. Even recently, my advisors were like, "Can we now?" And I was like, "Nope, don't tell them."